Good afternoon and welcome to Alfred Skeet Reserve for a round 20 NPL WA fixture that has implications at both ends of the league. My name's Tommy Dolman. It's great to have your company this afternoon on the Football West YouTube channel or Facebook page, wherever you may be joining us. Overcast afternoon here in WA this afternoon. We've just had a fairly heavy shower in the past hour or so, but thankfully that stayed away for the moment, and hopefully the conditions remain dry for this crucial match with 3 rounds remaining in the NPL. Things starting to heat up with 3 weeks left in the regular season, with titles, relegation and top 4 cup spots up for grabs, with our focus squarely at the bookends today. Perth Soccer Club have league title number 25 there for the taking if they can claim 3 points today, but they face an Armadale side unbeaten in 2 and coming off a massive win against Coburn last week. Four other games across WA today, all of which have something riding on them, so we will bring you the results at half-time and at the end of 90 minutes if possible. The 6th game, which ends round 20, will be played tomorrow at E&D Lighters Stadium when the Glory host Coburn. 2 teams there desperately in need of a win if they are to mount a late top 4 push. So whilst these teams are separated by 10 places and 24 points on the NPL WA ladder, it's a time of year where the stakes are as equally high. It's a battle of the survival of the fittest. The visitors looking to cross the finish line this afternoon. Round 20 action in the NPL WA begins with Armadale kicking to the left of your screen and wearing their red and black stripes, with Perth, the leaders of course, wearing their traditional sky blue home jersey. Here's an early touch for Colwell. Pitsatter, Lawson with a swing of the boot, but Perth maintain possession. Here's Theodosiades. Started out wide last week, but looks to be playing more of a central role this afternoon. Nicely weighted ball for Orr, finds Pitsatter, and his low cross in is cleared away by Costello. It should drift out of play, and it does. Pitsatter again. Lovely little reverse for Zimmerino. Ball across the areas, cleared away by Richmond, and now Armadale will look to break with a ball from Osman. Searching for the run of Ali Nazari, but the touchline will beat him. Ali Nazari, of course, a former Perth Soccer Club player who won the Under-20s Top 4 Cup last season with the Azzurri. 14 goals in 25 games last season. Colwell. It's the feet of Milenkovic, goal scorer last week. And Matt Milenkovic, he headed from a corner, which crossed the line off post and bar in the end. And that searching ball by Lovic for Diallo will run out of play. Milenkovic looking to pressure Hutchings here. His clearance only as far as Pitsatter. And now Messias, the hat-trick hero of last week, with an early touch here, and he Looks a little sore on this touchline, but he's good to continue. A big win, of course, for the Army last weekend. 5-1 win down at Coburn that boosted their hopes of avoiding that bottom place in the NPL. Zimmerino's ball misses the mark. Osman. Space for Nielsen out wide. One-on-one with Pitsasa and makes pretty light work of the fullback. Ball searching for Messias, but it's over the back, and Nazari didn't anticipate that one flying to the back post as Theodosiades clears. Chance for Armadale to come back on the front foot, though. It's Nazari. Ball was played through there looking for Kusa, and that'll roll out safely for a goal kick. So action at both ends in the opening 5 minutes or so. As I touched on before, the conditions are a little better than they were half an hour ago or so, but still a tough win for the players to contend with out there. Handball from Osman. Both teams looking to just assert a little bit of control on this game early on. Colwell retreats all the way back to Sawali, who returns it back to his centre half, and now is searching ball for Pitsata. Is a raking one, but it's easily through to Hutchings. So as I touched on in the build-up, 2 unbeaten games on the bounce for Armadale. In the build-up to this one, we'll come back to that in a second as Zimmerino's ball looks for DeLeo, and Hutchings was off his line quickly to deny that. Ten goals in 4 games for Armadale. They've scored in their last 4 matches, particularly the last couple of weeks. They were involved in that 3-3 thriller against Balcatta at Grindleford Reserve before that massive win against Coburn last week. I started 2 from 2 as well, the team from southeastern suburbs of WA, Perth. Back-to-back wins over ECU and Stirling gave them a mid-season boost, but a winless run plunged them towards the bottom end of the table, and now they've looked to find their feet in the final month of the campaign. Balling's a good one. Milenkovic can head across goal, and it's cleared away by Costello. Nielsen's after this, and as we've seen already, he's got Pitsasa for pace. Messias is in the middle if he wants to try and pick him out, but Colwell ends up poking behind for a corner, and Armadale will have the first set piece of this match. Speedy player is Chad Nielsen, a youngster who's he made his mark with the senior side this season. Corner to be taken by Lawson. Kusa will keep alive, and Osman nearly got a shot away, but it was poked away by Colwell. Home team still on the front foot, but Mazzari was pickpocketed by Theodosiades, and now Perth can counter. Zimmerino, he's got the run of Cataccioni ahead of him, and Cataccioni at the back post had Jovic. Richmond was there to cut across and snuff out that attack, but a dangerous break from the leaders. Foul by Orr on Osman there, and quickly taken by Lawson to pick out that matchup again of Nielsen versus Pitsas, and now Messias. Lawson, pass was charged down, and it'll break the way of Orr, who now looks to release Cataccioni again, and Cataccioni's onside, one-on-one with Hutchings, off the bar. And it's a great save by Hutchings there. He did get a fingertip on that. Super save there by Hutchings to deny Cataccioni there. The Brazilian striker was in behind Armadale's defence, and that was a tremendous tip onto the bar. Meanwhile, Danny Richmond looks to be limping in midfield. I'm not sure if there is an issue there for the former Inglewood midfielder, but subs have been sent out to warm up for Armadale, so a change could be imminent shortly as Orr puts that one out into touch. Costello. Lovely switch of the play there for Kusa, but couldn't quite get the better of DeLeo there. Lawson. Well won by Theodosiades, and he finds Cataccioni. Theodosiades will look to run onto the return pass. One-on-one here with Sanderson. Ball across the box, took a touch, and last touch was off Sanderson, and it'll be a corner for Perth, so corner count at 1 apiece. And quickly taken to Jovic, and Theodosiades will now put the ball in, headed away by Adams, and clearance completed by Messias, only as far as DeLeo, but Armadale should be able to bring under control now. And here's Messias in midfield, but he just had to wait for that ball to come down and allowed Orr to get a boot in and poke away. Well won there by Osman to give his team possession back, and Sanderson's clearance comes off Cataccioni and goes into touch. Theodosiades' ball was wide of Cataccioni, and Armadale can tidy up again. Home team started this game pretty well. Plenty at stake for both teams, as we touched on in the build-up. Pizzata, Zimmerino, Milenkovic, and Cataccioni running ahead of him. Hutchings is off his line smartly though, and read that ball through superbly, did the Armadale stopper. Ever present in the lineup for the hosts. Played all 26 league games in 2018 as well, did Hutchings. 4 clean sheets in 2019, and obviously a part of that Armadale team that won the State Cup in 2018, as Jovic Has a little bit of space on the edge of the area, not closed down yet. Milenkovic, clip ball is in for Zimmerino. Chance to turn. A whistle had gone in advance. I'm not sure if that was a flag up from the linesman there or whether the referee had spotted a handball possibly. Adams retreating back to Hutchings. Messias. Kusa couldn't find Osman with the pass, and Pitsata should be able to clear up. Searching ball forward for Cataccioni, but it'll run through to Hutchings. Richmond may have been caught there with the follow-through of a tackle, but the referee lets that one continue on. Osman now pressuring Colwell and worrying the defender here. And I think Colwell may have been a little fortunate to get the decision there. He looked to just dawdle on possession a little bit, and Osman was there putting the pressure on, and in the end the decision goes the way of Perth's central defender. Former Balcatta defender Kieran Colwell came over with Ramon Falzon a few years ago when he moved to the Leaders. Forward by Hutchings. Osman lurking again, and Colwell hoists that one into touch. Sliding challenge by Messias there, and a little overly enthusiastic to try and win possession for his team. Concedes the free kick. Armadale with 14 straight seasons in the top flight. Have progressed well under John O'Reilly in recent years. Obviously winning that State Cup in 2018 and entering the FFA Cup. Round of 32 as a result. The match didn't quite pan out for them up at Cairns FC. They were reduced to 10 men fairly early on in that game and battled really hard for an hour to keep Cairns out until the home team put the foot on the gas in the second period. Of course, Alfred Skeet Reserve, the home ground of Armadale, here in Forestdale. Merger between Armadale City and Armadale Park in 1997 to form Armadale Soccer Club. Previously Westfield Park. And joined the Amateur League in 1974 as Theodosiades looks ahead for the run of Jovic. Challenge by Costello, and referee points to the spot. So penalty to Perth. It was Costello who cut across in the area, and he was looking to challenge Jovic for the ball, who went down a little easy, but the referee did deem the contact was sufficient enough to warrant a foul, and this presents Perth with an opportunity here to step up to the spot and take the lead. It will be Harley Orr to take. Scored from the spot last week against Balcatta and puts this one wide of the post. And cheers from the home fans here. You can hear in the background as Orr puts his penalty wide of the post. Normally so reliable from the penalty spot is Harley Orr. He scored on 5 occasions this season. Majority of those goals are coming from the spot, but on that occasion, Hutchings had dived the wrong way and Orr's spot kick went wide of the post, and that keeps scores goalless here still. And that's just lifted the spirits of the home fans here. But here's Zimmerino into the area for Pitsasa. Sliding in was Nielsen. And the corner is one off the Armadale winger. Corner in from Theodosiades. Partially away by Richmond. It'll come back via Pitsata. Costello with a strong header away. Nielsen try and complete the clearance. And in the end, Pitsata can shepherd that out and keep Perth on the front foot for the moment. Good challenge from Nielsen there, and there's a raging ball forward from Osman to find Nazari, who tries to get the better of DeLeo. Defending from the fullback though, and flags up on this near side from the linesman. Zimmerino going a little early there as he tried to break the offside trap. Flick on by Osman will run out for a goal kick. Just to finish what we were saying about Armadale before, they became semi-pro in 1985 and won the 3rd division straight off the bat before winning promotion to the State League, the top division of WA football under Billy Russell in 2004. Of course, the home of Trent Sainsbury, the 46-time Socceroo, who was a junior at the club, so pedigree there for sure. Miscue by Costello, and Jovic will look to capitalise. He's got the support of Milenkovic and only Theodosiades in the middle for the moment. Theodosiades will now turn away, but Osman can rattle that away into touch. Good to see the sun poking its head out again. Shouts for handball against Cataccioni. It breaks the way of Armadale anyway, and here's Messias. Ball through from Richmond was a little overhit for Nielsen. Another promising moment from the home team though. That pace of Nazari and Nielsen out wide can really stretch Perth in the fullback positions you feel this afternoon. Still goalless here at Alfred Skeet Reserve, Perth Soccer Club. The leaders needing to win today if they are to win the title. Armadale, meanwhile, also needing a win to boost their hopes of finishing at the bottom of the league. All the teams down there in action today. Stirling and ECU. Rockingham have had a couple of good results in recent weeks, who have drawn away themselves. While Coburn's heavy defeat last week puts them mathematically in the equation as well, but they won't feature on our streaming until tomorrow, due to Florida Athena also playing at home today at their home ground of E&D Leiter Stadium, as Colwell's ball goes through for Cataccioni, but the flag is up for offside. I can actually tell you as well that there is a goal at E&D Leiter Stadium. It's ECU Joondalup leading by a goal to nil. 28 minutes played there, so another game that has implications at both ends of the league. And as it stands, with Floriat losing at the moment, Perth will win the title no matter the result here at Alfred Skeet Reserve. Forward again from Hutchings. Good flick on from Messias, but Nazari couldn't quite get on the end of that one. Title for Perth would be a third in 4 years for the Azzurri, as they were founded in 1948 as Perth Azzurri before becoming Perth Soccer Club in 1987. 25 titles will be the number if they do get the desired result this afternoon. By far WA's most successful club in terms of trophies and league titles, and also 11 cups as well. Armadale have won the cup more recently than the leaders, though, obviously, with that triumph in 2018. It was a 2-0 win for Armadale against Guelph, Croatia at Dorian Gardens last season. Double there for Chris Jackson, who was among the leading marksmen in the division last season. Osman fouled by Orr in midfield, and a chance for Armadale to send the central defenders forward. Well, Costello at least goes forward. Sanderson and Adams on the halfway line, and Lawson will look to float this kick towards the back post, you suspect. Sawale was under it and did allow it to run out in the end. Wind definitely picked up that free kick from Lawson and helped it along another few metres. Lawson, of course, the top scorer for Armadale this season, 7 goals in the league. missed the cup final in 2018. Also had a spell at Subiaco as well, did Michael Lawson. As Perth looked to attack down the other end, and good defending there by Kusa to nip in off Caccione, and the ball forward again will run out for a goal kick. So those passes in the final third for both teams not quite finding the target. Not the easiest day to be playing those long diagonal balls. You can probably hear the wind in the background. Flick on by Osman, forward by Pertsasa, and now Jovic can turn and find Theodosiades out wide. Cutting inside there, the winger, but Adams was there to intercept, although his pass was a disappointing one. Went straight to Pertsasa, and it gives Perth possession back once more. Zimmerino. Shout was from Hutchings there, but Sanderson wasn't taking any chances. Now Milenkovic. Ball in. Will run all the way through to Jovic at the back post. Foot in from Sanderson. Ball breaks to Caccione. He's got DeLeo on his outside. And now weight and numbers should win the day for Armadale, and it does. And Sanderson's release will try and pick out Nazari, but Orr was across in good time to steal in there. Jovic. Header away by Kusa. Now Richmond. Space out wide for Kusa, and Armadale looked to build an attack here. It was an optimistic pass from Richmond there that didn't quite run all the way through to Messias. And chances few and far between in this opening 45 minutes, but possibly the most glaring of them was that penalty miss from Harley Orr. Side-footed wide of the upright. Contentious penalty anyway, as Costello bumped into Jovic in the area. Theodosiades. Jovic looks to return the ball to his teammate, and he does just that. Perth building on the edge of the area as Colwell spreads the play. Now Zimmerino, lovely layoff for Caccione. Foot in by Costello. Milenkovic is still out wide here. Deep ball will find Theodosiades at the back post. Perth pressing here. Good block from Richmond on that occasion. Foot stays down still for Perth as Adams charges down Milenkovic's cross, and in the end does really well to win the throw-in off the Perth winger. Good defending there from the full-back as Perth probably had their best little spell of possession there in and around Armadale's penalty box. Ball forward by Osman, went straight to DeLeo, and now Radanovic decides to return possession back to Armadale himself. And now Milenkovic. Cataccione's got the run of Zimmerino ahead of him if he wants him. He elects to go on his own. Stood up by Sanderson, and that's excellent defending again from the centre-back. The partnership working well together there to snuff out that Perth attack, and now the release for Nazari is just wide of the mark. Again, it's that ball into the final third that's really proving difficult for both teams so far. Into touch by Adams, formerly of Coburn City. One of several former Coburn players in the Armadale team this afternoon. 17 appearances in 2019 for Adams. Kusa didn't want to take a chance. Cataccione lurking, and in the end has to flick that behind for a corner. Jovic's corner. Hutchings will get a glove to that. The last touch was off the goalkeeper, and it will be a secondary set piece for the leaders, who obviously unawares of what's going on at Ian D. Leiter Stadium. Just starting to turn up the pressure a little bit. Hoare jumps for that. Jovic feeds back to Cataccione, who didn't quite catch the volley on his opposite side, and Hutchings gathered that pretty comfortably in the end. A chance for Armadale to counter now. Error from Colwell nearly lets Nielsen in, but the defender did well enough to recover that in the end. Milenkovic racing away down this left-hand side. Pull back here for Jovic to strike. Milenkovic didn't get back on side though, and Jovic's shot was deflected into the path of the winger, who has switched flanks. Ball forward from Kusa, headed away by Colwell. Zimmerino pinches the pocket of Messias, but his ball through will run away from Cataccione. Osman. Nielsen goes to ground, no foul by Pitsata, and now Perth can counter again. Lovely ball by Jovic, finds Milenkovic. He's got Cataccione in the middle, cut off by Costello, and now Milenkovic to strike again. It's across the face. Milenkovic looking lively on both flanks in this half. He's been a pick of the players for Perth, I think, with his movement and willingness to run the channels. And a snapshot from inside the penalty area was wide of Hutchings' far post. Another warning shot fired nevertheless by the leaders. Who are still being held at Alfred Skate Reserve by a gritty, resolute Armadale defence so far. Colwell's ball looks to pick out Cataccioni, but again Costello, in fact it was Sanderson who was on hand. Looks to be doing the man marking on Cataccioni this afternoon. Does Joel Sanderson, allowing Nathan Costello to organise that back four and lead from defence. Good win there by Osman, who tried to release Nielsen again. And yet again, the pass forward doesn't quite stick to feet. Good flick on by Messias, looking for Nielsen, but Sasa will hook that away into touch. Cross from Adams, looping towards the goal of Suale, but the stopper will catch that pretty easily. Started 5 of the last 8 matches as Perth skipper and goalkeeper Francis Suale. 4 clean sheets in that run of 5 matches he started. He returned last week after a fortnight on the bench where Dejan Aleksic had deputised. Won by Milenkovic and into touch by Costello. Marauding run by fullback Pitsata, who's still at the ball here. He ends up doing well enough to poke back for Jovic. Space here for Milenkovic to drive into again. Adams with a strong but fair challenge. And now Theodosiades with the reverse for Zimmerino. Sanderson this time with a foot in. And the recovery challenge was excellent again from the defender, but a corner conceded. Wave of pressure building from the leaders. Theodosiades' corner, the header made good contact on the head of Radanovic, but he didn't quite get over it enough, and nervous moment there as Hutchings waited to claim under the high ball. Lawson forward for Chad Nielsen. Milenkovic looking to run onto the ball through from Jovic. Supported by DeLeo, pullback cut out by Richmond. And now Osman. He's got Lawson, I apologise, alongside him. Numbers forward here for Armadale if they can play the ball. Appeals for handball, and this time a referee does award the free kick to Armadale, and it's in a pretty good position here. Nielsen was looking to peel off Pitsata, and in the end he worried the defender enough to force him into an error. And this is a pretty good opportunity for visitors to get an effort on target. Nazari and Lawson stood over the dead ball. It'll be Nazari to strike into the wall, partially cleared and then thumped away by Colwell. Flag is up for offside. Theodosiades' shot was wide, and the referee allowed that to play on there for a minute. Touch off Nilsson there. Zimmerino. There's Milenkovic on his outside of the back post is Theodosiades, but he couldn't wrap his foot around the ball enough, and that'll prove to be the last chance of the first half. Opening 45 minutes where chances were few and far between. Home crowd pretty boisterous and encouraged, as you can hear in the background, by that first half showing from Armadale. The gilt-edged chance of the half was from the penalty spot for Perth, but Harley-Orr had put the spot kick wide of Hutchings' upright. A free kick into the wall by Nazari at the other end, while Milenkovic has looked lively down the flanks, but as it stands, a point may just be enough to win Perth the league. We'll come back to you with some halftime scores from around the ground shortly, but for now, 45 minutes played, Armadale Soccer Club 0, Perth Soccer Club 0. We'll be back shortly with the second half. Welcome back to the second half of Armadale Soccer Club versus Perth Soccer Club in round 20 NPL WA action. Players back on the pitch, and the referee's just doing their final checks before we do get underway. And that'll just give us enough time to bring you some scores from around the grounds shortly. A couple of big results in the offing this afternoon that have an impact at both ends of the league, as does this game. Now still goalless after 45 minutes. Harley Orr missing that penalty in the first half in a game of where chances were few and far between. Early touch here for Colwell. Wider still for Pitsata, and a disappointing ball there is cut off by Costello, who continues his run forward, and Armadale have body sword. Messias will strike, and it's whipped just over the top of the crossbar. Plenty of support there for the skipper as he marauded forward, so Swali's goal kick is taken short. Anyway, around the grounds quickly, so Balcatta 1, Sorrento 1, Bayswater 2, Rockingham 0. Big results at E&D Lighter Stadium. Floreat Athena 0, ECU Joondalup 2. So that result means that Perth will win the title today. No matter the result, if things stay as they are down there. And the other result, top four chasing Englewood United are currently leading 3-0 at home to Stirling, so a chance for Armadale to move clear of Stirling with this point they currently have. Zimmerino and Osman were strong in the challenge together, and now Pitsata will look forward, but Armadale have started pretty well in this second half. They've been on the front foot in the opening minute or two. Last touch there was off Lawson though, and now away goes Cataccioni. Support arrives now in the form of Zimmerino, but Costello was back and defending well once again. Pitsata wins another throw on that far side for Perth. Here's Theodosiades retreating to Orr, and now Pitsata has time and space to cross. Nearly ran through for Zimmerino, but was cleared away by Richmond. And now Osman's release for Messias is a good one. Return ball wasn't so great though from the American striker. Milenkovic. Costello throws a leg at it and clears it well enough to get it to Richmond, who completes that clearance into touch. Milenkovic. Sanderson away. And again, Richmond will get that as far as possible and give his defenders a chance to press out. Nazari waited for the ball, and it allowed DeLeo to nip in and win possession, but a foul on Kusa as he followed up there. Theodosiades. Colwell, the raking ball forward for the run of Milenkovic, and now a change will be made early in this second half. Off comes Ali Nazari, and on comes Josh Cortez. Cortez made 18 NPL WA appearances this season. 1 goal this season early in April. Cataccioni tries to bring that down in the area. And that is a like-for-like. A swap there with Cortez coming on for Nazari on that right-hand side. Joined the club from Western Knights as well, did Joshua Cortez. Part of that team that won the Cup in 2017 with that win over Sorrento as Perth come forward again and win a corner. Theodosiades will head over to take. Orr gets his head to it, but couldn't quite direct that on target. It was a good run to the near post by Ali Orr. Theodosiades picked him out perfectly, but always hard to almost wrap your neck around the ball when it is fired into that near post and get it on target. Push from Orr as he went to compete in the air with Richmond. Clear conditions, as you can see on your screens, but that wind is still a little trying for the players out there. What can Armadale do with this one? It's a disappointing free kick. Richmond does well on the follow-up to win the ball back for Armadale. And the ball just escaped Osman as he was trying to get towards the 18-yard box, but Armadale do have a throw-in though, an opportunity to keep the ball at this end of the ground. Adams again. Messias does well to win a corner under pressure from Colwell. Another chance for Armadale to get some bodies forward and attack a set piece here. I'll be hoping the delivery from Lawson is a little better than the free kick a moment or two ago. Forward comes Sanderson and Kusa. Costello already there. It's deep towards the back post. Header from Osman, and it's just over the bar. A free header from Abdul Osman. Rose highest in the penalty area and couldn't quite get over that one. Good chance for the home team though, who have shown encouraging signs at the start of this second half. Kusa's ball forward will search for Nielsen. Osman and Orr compete for the second ball, but the foul is conceded by Osman. Abdul Osman, once of Bayswater. I started the season in the under-20s this season at Armadale, but has broke through towards the second half of this campaign now. Theodosiades has space on this left-hand side. He'll drive into the area and he'll finish over Hutchings. And the leaders lead. And is that the goal that secures title number 25 for Perth? Armadale 0, Perth 1. Well, it was a goal slightly against the run of play. Armadale had started the half pretty encouragingly, but as the teams at the top of the division do, they often hurt you when they get that half chance, and it was Theodosiades who was picked out in the area. He ran at Kusa and lifted his finish smartly over the onrushing Hutchings. And Perth lead by the goal, scored by Andreas Theodosiades. A second goal of the season, and by far one of his most important contributions of the campaign. Returned to full fitness this season has Andreas Theodosiades, after suffering long-term injury and being in and out of the team. He contributed against Stirling in the Dylan Tombides round 13 match earlier in the season. Scored in the 3-2 defeat down at Rockingham, which was one of only two blemishes on Perth season so far. And his second goal of the season has given Perth a sniff of finalising this title today. But here's Lawson looking to respond for Armadale. Nielsen's out wide. Nielsen still going. Chad Nielsen picks out Cortez, flags up. Nielsen still down behind play here. And the referee didn't award the free kick in the end. Offside. Flag was up. And that's the decision that will stand. Ball forward from Richmond. Cortez looking to get on the end of it, but DeLeo puts it into touch. Foul on Orr. Foul by Orr, sorry, on Kusa this time, and this time the decision does go Armadale's way. So the Cavalry go forward again. Lawson over the dead ball. Headed away by Jovic. In fact, it was DeLeo who got the header away. Now Sanderson is the last man back, and he should be able to put into touch. He does. Flick forward by Cataccioni, gratefully gathered by Hutchings, and he sets Cortez on his way. DeLeo matches him for pace in the end, though. It's not the best clearance from Soali. Chance for Cortez to pull back, and Messias was waiting. It didn't quite find the centre forward, cut out by Colwell. Soali's clearance there put his defence in a spot of bother. Last touch there off Colwell. There'll be a corner for Armadale. Just turning the volume up a little bit again here, Armadale. It really has been one chance, one goal in this half for the leaders. Can Armadale respond? Lawson's ball is into the near post. DeLeo will get a second chance to clear, hooked back in by Cortez. Pisata got half ahead to it. It's well won by Nielsen. Still going, Nielsen into the area and curling just wide. Great play there by Chad Nielsen. 3 goals in 2019, and he wasn't all that far away from curling in a 4th of the season after good footwork in the penalty area. Goal scorer last week, of course, in that big win over Coburn at Dalmatinak Park. Now this one will run all the way over for Cataccioni. Appeals for a penalty, and another one's given. Yellow card to Sanderson there, and it was a coming together between he and Cataccioni. So Orr will step up again, having earlier placed a spot kick wide of the post at the other end. A chance to double Perth's lead, and saved by Hutchings. Great save from the goalkeeper, and Armadale still alive here. And you don't often see 2 spot kicks missed in the same game by the same player. That one was on target, and Hutchings dived the correct way. It was going for the same corner as last time. And once again, the home fans are boosted by that miss. Milenkovic's ball's a deep one. It'll find Jovic. The clearance is eventually made by Sanderson, and a great save from Hutchings as DeLeo's effort deflected. May just have been looping over the goalkeeper there. Second change made by Armadale here. It's Michael Lawson who comes off, and on comes Sam Garces. And Perth also will turn to the bench for the first time. It's Nicolo Sabatini who enters the field. Just waiting to see who came off for Perth there. We'll confirm that for you shortly, but the corner's in by Perth. Boot was swung by Cataccioni, and a save again from Hutchings, and this time it doesn't go over the bar, and he manages to catch at the second attempt, but the throw missed Garces. And this time he gets his first touch, so 3 crucial saves by Hutchings in the space of 4 or 5 minutes here. 1 from the penalty spot and then 2 from long distance strikes. The first one in particular took a deflection and was a good tip over. Osman just ankle tapped Milenkovic there. Forward by Soali Milenkovic in the area again, and the cross is charged down by Adams. It's turned into a beautiful winter's afternoon now here in southeastern suburbs of Perth. Must admit, when I was driving to the game, there was a bit of a downpour. Good to see that conditions have cleared up as Theodosiades picks out Milenkovic. Costello with a crucial clearance. Perth stay on the front foot again. The cross is deflected off Costello again, I think, and a second set piece for Perth in quick succession. Leaders having their best spell of the half so far. Ball has spent a fair bit of time in Armadale territory. Now it's in Perth, and it'll run all the way through for Jovic in the end. In fact, it was Radanovic who swung a boot at that. Now Zimmerino. Cut off by Kusa, and now Armadale can launch forward. DeLeo. Last touch off Cortez there, who charged down the clearance. Home fans continue to be encouraged by this Armadale effort in the second half. Last touch deemed to be off Cortez there. And now Cadiccioni through the legs of Kusa. Sabatini will try and get to the byline. It's cleared away by Garces. And in the end, Hutchings can prevent the rebound from going out for another Perth corner. A little bit of tempo to this one all of a sudden now. Here's Messias looking for the support. And in the end does well at the second time of asking to retain possession. Garces' ball a little too far ahead of Adams. Cadiccioni was offside as he competed with Sanderson for the ball there. So as things stand at the top, Perth will be winning league title 25 today. Goal scored by Andreas Theodosiades early in the second half. 2 missed penalties from Harley Orr as well in that bunch, and Armadale still alive here. Coming close a couple of times through Nielsen and Osman in this second period so far. Last we heard, of course, ECU were winning 2-0 down at Floria, and that means that any result here would hand the title to the leaders, but they are ahead. Whilst at the bottom of the ladder, the last we heard was Inglewood 3, Stirling 0, so it seems as if Armadale will remain away from that bottom place for the moment, barring a Dramatic comeback by Stirling Lions. Good win by Messias off Theodosiades. Awkward spinning ball went towards Pitsata, and Adams was a little keen on that. It bounced over his head in the end, only for Costello to mop up behind him. Milenkovic. Costello across well again. Thrown per Perth, taken by Pitsata away to Osman, who tried to find Messias first time, although he did get the ball back, and now he can search upfield for Cortez, who's one-on-one with DeLeo here. Radanovic is covering in behind. Cortez doing well to retain the ball under plenty of pressure there from the fullback, as Sanderson shows a little party trick there to get away from Zimmerino. Kusa's ball. Sawali off his line early to claim though. Cataccioni. Clipped in. Looking for the head of Zimmerino, but the glance on from Perth number 20 was wide of the mark, and in fact it stayed in play in the end. Touch from Sabatini, clip through by Zimmerino. Adams will get there first. Ball still hasn't gone out of play yet. Now it has. No nonsense to put that into touch. And now the second change for Perth will be Christian Santic. And off comes goal scorer Andreas Theodosiades, whose goal looks to be the one to secure the title for Perth, even though results are going in favour of them elsewhere as well. Santic, I imagine, will slot in to that midfield position. Just confirming that Sabatini came on for Alex Jovic earlier. So two changes apiece made by both teams. One left up their sleeve. Forward by Colwell. Cataccioni. Little layoff is into the path of Milenkovic, and that's into the side netting. Ball was taken a little wide there by the winger, and Hutchings was able to distract him at his near post. Cortez. Give and go with Kusa. Pressure still on from Cortez, and the ball will sail straight over our head. Costello forward. Strong challenge between Pitsata and Garces. And that'll be a throw in the back corner of the pitch for the leaders. Sanderson clears under pressure from Sabatini, and he's going to have to do it again as the centre-back. Coolly done, though, and away into touch, no problems. Got about 10 minutes left to play here at Alfred Skate Reserve. Still Armadale 0, Perth Soccer Club 1. League title is within touching distance for the leaders. But a really spirited showing from Armadale so far, and they've had chances of their own to equalise, particularly in this second half. Milenkovic stands one up towards the back post, headed away by Kuza. Drops back to Sanzic, and Perth will try and retain possession here. Still going is Christian Sanzic. Late challenge by Orr there on Cortez, and I think Harley Orr will go into the book for that one. He does. Very late challenge there from the Perth midfielder, sliding in. Several fouls today from Orr in the middle of the park, so booking was perhaps on its way, as Colwell manages to protect that from drifting out. Goal back for Floriat at ECU Joondalup. They now trail 2-1, but they really need to find another 2 in the final 10 minutes. Although it'll matter little if Perth do hang on here. Elsewhere, Bayswater have added a third at home to Rockingham, and scores are the same as they were earlier in the half. Balcatta 1, Sorrento 1, and Inglewood United 3, Stirling 0. Stirling down to 10 men. Messias couldn't find Osman with the pass, and Cataccioni may be onside here. He is. Costello once again getting a foot in. You said that so often this afternoon so far. Richmond. Ball looking for Nielsen is a little too far ahead of the winger. And Orr's pass will bobble over Milenkovic and into touch as we enter the final 10 minutes here. Perth leading by a goal to nil, but Zimmerino comes forward with intent, and sliding in was Costello. And to put it into touch. Final change for Armadale here was Abdul Osman coming off, and Kieran Byrne entering the fray. Looks like Byrne will now play as a secondary striker alongside Messias, with Cortez and Nielsen staying out wide. First touch there for Byrne, and here's Nielsen chasing and putting Colwell under pressure. Kusa. Santic, Radanovic continuing his run forward. Sabatini to Santic, turned over and won by Garces, and now Byrne will try and find Messias wide. Away by Soali. Headed by Sanderson, drops at the feet of Santic, and now Zimmerino spreads the play wide to Milenkovic, who does keep it in play. Adams, a strong challenge, and again wins possession back for his team. Santic, clip through here for Sabatini, who's onside. Great save from Hutchings again. 4 crucial saves from Armadale's goalkeeper in this second half. Sabatini beat the offside trap, but Hutchings was off his line early and he got down low to save from the Italian with his boot. And Armadale is still alive as Perth make a third and final change, so both benches unloaded. And it'll be Frank Fafaro who comes on for a limping Gustavo Cataccioni. Some fresh legs up front. The final 5 or so minutes of this game. Obviously top scorer Michael Dunphy still out after being sent off against Floreat a couple of weeks ago. And Fafaro gets his chance. Cortez tries to keep that in play and does really well. Kusa's ball's dangerous. There's a scramble in Perth's area and it's hacked away by Radanovic. Well, that could have gone absolutely anywhere. Very dangerous ball by Kusa with Nielsen and Messias waiting in the middle. Home fans encouraging their team. A corner is won. Eventually it's Cortez who trots across and takes this corner. Everybody in the area bar 2. And everyone back defending for Perth. Slipped by Cortez. Headed by Costello off the line. And cleared away by Milenkovic in the end. But another hairy moment for Perth's defence as Costello won the near post flick. Turnover by Costello. Santic's ball can't find Fafaro.
Oh, come on.
One again by the midfielder who plays off Garces and into touch. Last touch there was off the head of Adams. Don't think Perth will be in too much rush to take this corner. Milinkovic and Santic eventually swap over. The ball's in. Sabatini is in the air. And not enough power there to test Hutchings again in a crowded area. Brought down brilliantly by Nielsen, and Nielsen looked like he was clipped there. And he's still down behind play there, Nielsen. Armadale will get possession back though. Messias, he's got support on this left-hand side from Cortez. Nielsen back to his feet now. And DeLeo climbed over Nielsen again there. Wellied away by Pitsata. And now Fafaro is offside and away at the races. And Fafaro will wrap it up. Frank Fafaro races away, beats the offside trap, and puts Perth into a 2-0 lead, and that's title 25. All but confirmed now. The dying stages of this match. So Frank Fafaro's goal, with minutes ticking down, has surely wrapped up the points here for Perth, and I'll get ready to celebrate that title very shortly as Kusa hoists that one in the air. Away goes Byrne. Possession will stay with Armadale. It's Garces. Messias wide again, teasing ball, looking for Cortez, and eventually it's hacked away by Colwell. Flags up from the linesman on this far side as Fafaro took a little while to get back into an onside position. Nielsen. Shot just wide of the upright. Never really troubling Swali though from that range. Garces, nice skill to beat Santic there. Cortez has come over to this left-hand side pass, just evades Byrne though. Costello can sweep up before Milenkovic gets there. Ball in, off the post from Cortez. And a close call again for Perth's defence. They've just not quite had that luck today of Armadale. It was a great ball in from Costello down that left-hand side. And Cortez got his head to the ball and it wrestled back off the frame of the goal. Sliding challenge by Costello. And Cortez looks to wriggle away from DeLeo. The nice nutmeg there from the winger, who has made an impression since coming onto the ground. Kusa and DeLeo strong at it in the challenge. Clearance straight up in the air by Orr. Milenkovic battling with Adams and getting the better of the fullback, although his release ball will only find the feet of Sanderson. Minutes ticking away here. Milenkovic trying to wriggle his way down that right-hand side. Clearance by Sanderson. And now Sabatini will try and get in the area. Richmond was fouled by Santic there. And Armadale are keen to get the ball moving quickly. Richmond still down behind play. Clipped forward by Garces, looking for the run of Nielsen. It was just away from the number 11. And that'll do it. Perth scored twice in the second half. Goals from Andreas Theodosiades and Frank Fafaro late on. And the leaders in season 2019 have led from start to finish here in WA, and title 25, league title number 25, secured and sealed. Home fans still in good spirits here. Despite the scoreline today, they will remain off the bottom of the table after Stirling's 3-0 defeat away at Inglewood United. It was a hard-earned win for Perth today against a spirited Armadale side who really did give it their all. A couple of chances fell the way of Armadale in that second half. Abdul Osman heading over the bar, and another ball in from Josh Kusa, which could have gone absolutely anywhere. After a pretty nondescript first 45 minutes where chances were few and far between, but Perth eventually did step things up. As the second half went on, Alior even missed 2 penalties. And in the end, the deadlock was broken by Andreas Theodosiades, who raced into the area and finished smartly with a dink over Sam Hutchings, who made 3 brilliant saves in the second half. Aside from that second penalty save, he saved well twice to tip over the bar before getting down well to save low from Sabatini late on. And in the end, Perth, who have got the best record in the league this season, they've lost only twice in season 2019. And few could dispute that they have been the best team in the league. And with 2 games still to spare, they're going to win title number 25 and a 3rd title in 4 years here in WA. Classy gesture here from Armadale coaching staff and players as they set a guard of honour for the leaders and the NPL WA League champions in season 2019. Armadale gave it a really good go, and their chances of staying up are still there, but this moment is all about the leaders. Plenty of phones and cameras out. Staff and coaches, and Ramon Falzone joins the team photo. And title 25 is Perth Soccer Club's.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's invite Football West Chairman to come and pick on the 2019 WA National Premier League.
We'll stay with you a little bit longer with the trophy presentation imminent. Francis Soale and Jordan DeLeo, 2 players to have won the captain's armband in season 2019 posing for a photo with the trophy. And now the rest of the team joins in. Perth Soccer Club, your WA NPL champions of season 2019. The best team in the league. And with this league title, they are entered into the NPL finals. Alongside the winners of the respective divisions across the country. So that'll just about do us here at Alfred Skeet Reserve, as the trophy was handed over and the Perth players celebrate out on the ground, and a few more photos will be taken. Goals from Andreas, Theodosiades and Frank Fafaro gave Perth Soccer Club a 2-0 win here at Armadale Soccer Club this afternoon. And that secures the NPL WA League title in season 2019. My name's Tommy Dolman. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, wherever you may have been watching. And we'll leave you with the remainder of Perth celebrations. But for me, for now, goodbye.